Merhaba and welcome back to the Ottoman campaign in Ultimate Admiral. Dreadnoughts. So, Feta and Isa Celebi are the two Sultan Osman II class battleships that were not heavily damaged in that drawn-out gun battle a couple of months ago. So, they're fighting what looks to be the last French task force in the Mediterranean. So, it will be nice to get rid of these guys. And these might be damaged and low on ammo, but that's still just 3 cruisers, so it shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Right, so I heard thunder, and sure enough, it's a storm. Not something we see often in DIP. Let's see, cruisers, you are coming along this time. I guess it's been a couple months since that battle, so they have regained quite a bit of ammunition. Let's see how far away are the enemy. You don't have that much armor, do you, Baron? "57 kilometers away. You know, we can go straight through your deck citadel. At pretty much any range that we're gonna be reliably hitting the deck. How about the light cruisers? They were pricey. $1 billion each. More so than the heavy cruiser, but with no torpedoes and okay, that's a lot of turrets, but they're just single barrels. Also, no third citadel layer. Just Citadel 3 on both of them. It is not the greatest, but I am also maneuvering. Actually, I'm barely gaining any like negative modifier from even this sharp turn. I guess the turn isn't that sharp. Turning circle on these ships. It's quite wide. So, not hit anything yet. And I think you're getting too close for those deck hits I was after. But, no, I was wrong. 20,000 damage main deck pen. Now you're probably getting too close though. But with just 12 inches effective from that second layer, you're getting into main belt pen territory. If I can just hit. There we go. Main belt pen. There we go. A bit of muzzle flash. Maybe some tracers visible on the horizon. Yeah. That'll work. And the heavy cruisers are also joining in. I don't think that'll be needed though. There goes Musketoon as well. Soon, almost. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, not that much of a challenge for these two battleships. But with that, we have freed up the Mediterranean. Task Force fails to escape. Now, I know the Scandinavians have a bunch of battleships somewhere. One of these task forces they have sailing around. I've been trying to catch them, but instead, we get cruisers. Lots and lots of cruisers. But I do seem to remember these Scandinavian cruisers not being that good. Let's see. We're gonna join all of you up in one big happy division. I have all of these battlecruisers as one task force because I was anticipating fighting the Scandinavian battleships. Let's see, torpedo boats. Cruisers, you are following. Destroyers, you're kind of two different classes here. Let's just have all of you go home. There we go. See, sometimes it doesn't register. Let's see. What are we up against? They got two of these heavy cruisers. Each with 15 10.6-inch guns. That's a pretty decent main armament. 19,000 tons. And good armor. So yeah, this is very slow though. Okay, that's their that's where they found the displacement for all of that stuff. Just not have any speed. They had two of these light cruisers at 10,000 tons. They have torpedoes. The 6,000 ton light cruisers have no torpedoes. Are basically just not doing anything. So which way are you turning? This way. Yeah, we got decent amounts of ammunition on the battle cruisers. CL 1945 is our scout. You just do donuts here. Torpedo boats are closing in. Almost within torpedo range now. I don't think they're going to be terribly effective because the enemy doesn't have any battleships that I can aim at. .11-kilometer torpedoes. I think all the destroyers are the same class. No, that's a different one. But the same torpedoes. You. You have not launched yet. Are you going to? Your target is in range now. Yes, you are launching. Now, the battle cruisers need to not all just target the same little destroyer. Detach the last torpedo boat. And that is one light cruiser that is not enjoying his stay. Are we going to get any torpedo hits on these heavy cruisers, I wonder? Yes, one on 81. And we still have a wave of torpedoes aimed at 2896. And looks like we're going to get one, yes. Which results in a flash fire. Yeah, that lone torpedo boat got away basically undamaged. I think it took a slight scratch. Yeah, it's not even 1%. Well, we've almost sunk this guy. That was one torpedo hit doing all that damage. Yeah, these are the 28 knot cruisers. Not really suited to keep up with the battle cruisers. But that's fine. We're gonna have them move in on their own. Take care of this destroyer first. And then that heavy cruiser. Battle cruisers, I want you saving your ammunition. I don't think it does much in this case. I think your chance to hit is high enough that you're going to fire anyway. Battle cruisers, you can cease fire. Conserve that ammunition for whenever we're gonna fight that big force of Scandinavian battleships. Cruisers can mop this up. Another storm, just out of nowhere. And we had such nice weather. Okay, yeah, I gotta keep, well, that didn't last long. You have launched torpedoes, 1203. I'm gonna keep that in mind. We have a couple of cruisers left with torpedoes. I can just click them and see what kind of armor you have. It's not much. That's why you're getting stomped right now. What happened to you? Did you eat a torpedo? You did. Also, this guy ate a bunch of torpedoes. It was aimed at my cruisers. Keep getting hit by their own torpedoes. That poor crew. Turning again. So we got more incoming torps. Yeah, we're getting more than enough proper full penetrations. And that was their last of their torpedo cruisers. Now we just got these gun cruisers that are basically just very big destroyers without torpedoes, which doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'm not scared of your 4-inch guns. You should be very scared of my 11-inch guns. Nice. Took one torpedo there on one of my cruisers at the end. Important convoy raid. 2 Veves versus 1 Pegase. That's without torpedoes. And 1 Glaive class destroyer. Top priority cargo. Let's see if we can make all 5 transports surrender. That means after we've sunk the escorts, turning off the main guns, and just going in with the secondaries. Actually, we're gonna focus that destroyer first. So I'm not too worried about this guy. I'm not really too worried about the destroyer either. I mean, 11 kilometer torpedoes. You're probably gonna be dead before you get to launch them. There we go. 7-inch guns are in range. Are you using a transport as a shield? Can't do that. I'm trying to keep your transports alive. They're carrying very important cargo. Yeah, made it surrender. Nice. Just as planned. It's a good thing it just stopped sinking as soon as it surrendered. We got that one too. Get a little bit closer. That poor light cruiser has lost all of its 1.8-inch guns. It's actually close to surrendering as well. No, not all of its 1.8-inch guns. It's got some of different, like... These are triples and doubles. Just the singles. Knocked out. Different weapon group. And you are sinking. So that was all 5 transports surrendered. And not a single scratch taken. Okay, maybe a single scratch, but that's nothing a coat of paint won't fix. One destroyer. And the light cruiser Tunka is off on her own to deal with this little annoyance. And there we go. That was very quick and easy. The main belt ammo detonation made short work of this guy. That was actually much quicker and easier than I thought it would be. Right, so we got 2 more convoy battles. But before that, let's take a look at our naval invasions. We got 3 active. Finland, Way High Way, and Lithuania. So the next one should be against Scandinavia. We're gonna do Formosa or Kyushu. Only 28,000 tons on Formosa. Let's do that one first. You can send like a single battlecruiser or something to capture that island. 0%? Because that's where your battleships are. The ones I've been hunting. Is that all you have left? No, it's not. You got 4 more battleships somewhere. Are they, yeah. Those are 2 task forces sitting here. Well, I'm gonna do one at a time then. What do France have left? Also 9 battleships and 3 battlecruisers somewhere. Where are you heading? Perfect. You're actually coming out to play. So let's do these convoy battles. These old Scandinavian battlecruiser and one of the Shed and Deadens up against 1 French battlecruiser, 1 heavy cruiser, and 1 destroyer. And I guess the transports too, because this is technically a convoy battle. That's why we start so close. Already firing. Right. I bet my battlecruisers are targeting some dumb... No, they're actually targeting the enemy battlecruiser. I was about to say, oh, they're probably targeting some dumb transporter or something, but no. They're doing the right thing. Well behaved battlecruisers. There. Steady as she goes. Am I really gonna need these torpedoes? Is there really a point in risking my light cruiser for this? That battlecruiser is pulling all kinds of maneuvers. I don't think my torpedoes will arrive anywhere close. If I launch at that kind of... Alright, I thought my battlecruisers were targeting the enemy battlecruiser, but apparently... Magon was more interesting. And Magon is gone. And this is anti-gone. Let's see. It's no, that's not going anywhere close. Because that battlecruiser is going to maintain that turn. And not be here, ever. That was a waste of torpedoes. I fought this guy before, or the same class anyway. And two Veves take one out. That's the one battle that wasn't counted. Because the game crashed. It might actually have been... That might actually be this one. Could very well be the exact same cruiser. Pulling this light cruiser away from here. There we go, main tower hit on French battlecruiser with long name. Firing at 30 kilometers. Actually, these, you can just target the heavy one, the heavy cruiser, which is the lighter of the two ships. I don't think your 14.5s are going to be any good against this guy. Basically maxed out armor as far as the belts and stuff goes. Too bad for you, you ain't got no teeth. That would be a very even matchup versus my battlecruiser, which is not as well armored, but still sufficiently armored. Wearing 4 and aft deck pens on the enemy battlecruiser. guess we could potentially go through the turret armor if we hit a main gun turret. Like we just did. Or I think we did. There's a main gun destroyed on a flash fire anyway. Yeah, picric acid. Super heavy shells. And increased ammo. It's a spicy combination. Could we maybe knock out some more turrets? Let's load some HE, see what we can do with that. Get some extended penetrations. There we go, 4 belt pen. Couple more salvos of that. Yeah, there we go. That hurt. And we get a main deck pen as well. I thought you had very good deck armor. You do. Well, it's got to be one of those main belt pens that for some reason just don't count the Citadel armor at all. Now we're just gonna sink this guy and then close in with the secondaries to deal with the transports. And especially Dees has a lot of secondaries. You are targeting me with your torpedoes. But I don't think that'll work out for you. Yeah, you got main belt penned. My 18s will go through that main belt and Citadel. Alright, main guns off. See, you do not have torpedoes. Good. We got 7.5s on Altiparmak. And a bunch of 6.1s on these. Just look at all those tracers. And there go the 1.6s as well. Nice. Alright. And the game has not crashed once today. So that's good. Battleship. Charles Martel. Which one are you? Is that that's the one with the Mark 4 guns, I think. Mark 3s maybe? That's not the big scary one with the Mark 5s. Versus one battlecruiser on my side and some cruisers. Right. Yeah, it's that one. The good-looking one, not the super scary one. But that's a good-looking design, though, for an AI design. If it had been the one with the Mark 5 guns, I think it was 12 Mark 5 20-inch guns, then my battlecruiser would actually be in trouble. Because those things gave even my my super battleships a run for their money. It's uncommon, you can just follow. And I've got 3 light cruisers, 3 Veves. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can make use of this DD-40 as well. This class is slated for replacement. In fact, I thought I had replaced them. They're basically just doing the same thing as the Veves are doing, just not as well. And for almost the same price. And of course the Veve is just way more capable. Way more capable. And oh yeah, of course, there are transports, because this is technically also a convoy battle. But really, it's like a fleet battle with some added transports. They're not the main focus here. Battleship Republique. I was gonna like turn parallel to them, but they're just gonna circle the transports anyway. Mark 3s, yeah. So my battlecruiser outranges you by quite a bit. What kind of armor did you have? Very good, yeah, very good armor. I'm wondering if I can maybe go through that main deck and citadel. But it doesn't show me the deck pen out to my max range. But it could be like 22 inches. But we have to get much further out to do that though. That shell's gonna hit. I could tell. We're actually just gonna target the transports with the torps. And hope they end up somewhere close to the enemy battleship. Well, it's one spread of torpedoes from one destroyer. It's not gonna... It's probably not gonna make the difference in this battle. Meanwhile, we have not done too much to Republique. Let's go with HE first. Let's do some massive damage. And I will repeat, I like the silhouette of this battleship. Like, it almost has like a long tail. Very like battlecruiser-esque. Despite being a 100,000 ton super battleship. Well, it is basically a battlecruiser hull. It's a fattened version of the hood. The hull model. Which is, of course, one of my favorite ships in the game. One of my favorite hulls. Because I'm a big fan of battlecruisers. Which you may have noticed. You can launch your torpedoes. May or may not hit anything. Battle cruiser guns are scoring some good hits on Republique though. .2110 is going in for a risky maneuver. Very risky, because here comes a big salvo of 20-inch guns. Oof, yeah, that was maybe biting off a bit much. But the Republique does not sail away from that undamaged. She takes a salvo 18.5-inch shells from my battlecruiser mid-maneuver. Torpedoes are not gonna hit. 0 torpedo hits this battle. Let's send these light cruisers up to deal with the transports. We destroyed the barbette on Republique, but that did not lead to a flash fire. Look at all the damage this cruiser has taken from my 7-inch guns. Jewel. There goes the secondary tower on Republique. And an engine. Let's see, we are firing at 30 kilometers. Running a bit low on AP. Have you been in a battle I think you were in a battle last month. You didn't start off with full ammunition. But Republique is close to done. Not before smacking Kizilurimak. With a good 4-belt pen. But the Veves are built tough, so they keep going. And there goes Republique. Casually outgunned by Demir Kazik. Just steadily pumping those shells out while my light cruisers were doing things. And some very solid 4-belt hits. Sends this heavy cruiser down. And just the transports left. Like a little free snack at the end. There. Now let's see, does the game count that, or are we gonna have to do that again? Let's find out. Nice. Right then. So that was the month of August 1962. Oh, let's see. I have a lot of shipbuilding capacity. I have been advised to build a bunch of torpedo boats just to get my my number of ships up. I think I might build some. Let's see. Let's a refit. Where's the original TB-9440? Just build some of these and then refit them. Let's build 24. Just because also I do need more torpedo boats. Can never have enough of these things. Constantinople, or Istanbul if you will. Singapore. But this is not the only way to get more hulls in service, is it? New York. I also want to build more Veves. Just so I can like have them around. Portsmouth? There was one place in China, Hangzhou, that I also had as a favorite port. Something on the west coast would be nice. Like San Diego, LA. But I haven't favorited those. There we go. And another 10 Veves. But that's not the only way to get more ships in service. Right. Because I have a lot of ships just sitting around as mothballed as museum ships. Like these things. Here's how to get around the commissioning. First set them to low crew. Then full crew. And boom, they're ready. It was waddle off and is no good. And we got these two as well. There we go, 4 more battleships suddenly into service. We got the Isa Celebes in Spalato. Let's see, can I just do this for all of them, or... Yeah, I guess that works. Nice. These two as well. Boom, ready. And of course, there are some really old ones, like the original is no good in Wadalaf. The pre-dreadnoughts. I don't think I'm going to bother with those. How about these? Nah, it's good enough. Army logistics still at 24% though, so even bringing more ships into service hasn't really done that much. Okay, and suddenly I cannot zoom around on the map. So we're just gonna move these into the Aegean Sea. Yeah, okay. So that happens sometimes, where the map just freezes. But anyway, that's a good place to end the episode, I think. And next time, we're gonna maybe fight some big battleship task forces, get some really big fleet actions going again, and then launch some more invasions. We are, of course, gonna take like France itself, southern, western, northern France, if the army doesn't take it first. That's why I'm gonna be focusing on the islands first. Well, goodbye, and take care.